What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video, and today we're going to go through and talk about the best diamond players that you can earn for free and give you some tips on how to get it done real fast. Before we get into this one, make sure to leave a like down below, really helps out the channel a ton, as well subscribe if you guys are new. Got tons more great videos, another one coming out today, really having a bunch of fun on this game, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the video, so make sure to hit that button, never miss a video that I do upload. The first thing that I want to talk about is something that I think is very, very important. It is about the XP reward path. You guys probably know how many good cards are within here, whether it be Evolution, whether it be Show Classics, the pre-order diamonds, the Corey Kluber pack, as I like to call it, or the level 100. There is a very good way of earning XP that I feel I would be a disservice if I didn't tell you. I mentioned it in one previous video, but I want to make sure that it gets the chance that it really deserves to be seen. So you go within Showdown, and this is a starter showdown, and as you can see, this is going to be a free entry, and this is being able to do unlimited times. You're going to get great players throughout this. I'm just going to speed through this draft. You're only ever going to need to hit, so do not feel any need to pick any pitchers. Just pick really good offensive players. Also, that means defense can kind of go by the wayside, so I'm only going to be flying through this, picking offensive players, and we're going to be able to earn 2,000 XP probably within, I would say, definitely under 10 minutes. I would say anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes you're going to earn 2,000 XP, and as I mentioned, this is repeatable. You can do it as many times as you would like, and it is very good, and it is very easy as well. So the starter showdown, what we're looking at is these two in specific, this first mini boss and then this final boss. Each of them you earn 300 stubs in total and 1,000 XP a piece, meaning 2,000, and all you have to do is go to these two moments. First of all, enter into them, and as soon as it loads, quit the game. It's going to count as a loss. Doesn't matter, because it's really not hard to come back from these, because the next one you do the same thing. You're just gonna go and quit out. Then you get to this first mini boss. For sake of time, I'm just gonna show you right here. You're down 2-0 on rookie difficulty, and you have 15 outs to come back, 15 outs to score 3 runs to win the game, and you already have a gold and a diamond perk, and I already have JD, Trout, Cattell, Josh Donaldson. I already have a really, really good team, so that is very important. And then I would recommend play this as well. It's on veteran difficulty. You have to score 4 runs if you don't play any of these, which I wouldn't recommend. They just take more time, and you only get 300 XP from doing it, and you're also going to get an additional perk and a Diamond Live Series player to make it even easier. So this is against Scherzer. I think it's always against Scherzer, but I believe it is always against a right-hander, so it might be more reason to draft lefties. But that's 2,000 XP you're going to earn in under 10 minutes, and like I said, it's repeatable. Do that plenty of times, and you're going to earn tons of XP to get really good players. That's in large part that, and me grinding stubs, doing collections, how I am able to level up pretty quickly. So definitely recommend that you do that. The next one that I want to talk about and give you guys a couple tips on is going to be the 2-player programs. That's going to be Kerry Wood and Curtis Granderson. We'll look at the Wood one in specific because there are some moments that can be troublesome, and I want to offer you guys some advice. Of course, do all the moments. This is going to get you 42 program points to get you 42 of 50, and then from there, all you have to do is play the Cubs on All-Star difficulty. This can take long. If you're a pretty decent player, All-Star shouldn't be any difficult to you, so I would recommend score like 3 runs, then just bunt out. Bunt the rest of the game. It should take no more than probably 20 minutes, and then within an hour, you're going to get this Kerry Wood. An hour, hour and a half, you're going to get an 85 overall closer, who is pretty dang good. We're not going to go over all the XP players, but this card has pretty much the serve as a slider, so A lot of break pitches and a cutter, curveball, and a slurve, a 106 hit 9, and it's going to throw 97, 98 miles per hour. Really good. Really enjoyed playing with him in the moments. Have not had a chance to use him online yet. But some tips I want to give you guys for the moments, and this goes for all pitcher missions. Also, if you have some trouble with the Dennis Eckersley, it's a bit different, I know, because these are reliever opposed to starter missions. But for the Kerry Wood, if you're having trouble getting strikeouts, I know this one in particular, on paper, it's like rookie difficulty, strike out 3 batters, put on cruise control. Let's hop into this. But it can be difficult because they make weird contact on pitches they have no business making contact with. Besides, it's the Orioles. They shouldn't even be able to see the ball. It should be automatic wins. But all jokes aside, all you really have to do is throw the high fastball at like 98 miles per hour and then go with your breaking balls. And they are going to strike out many, many times. Really not that difficult. That's what I would recommend. That's generally what I do for anything offline. If you have somebody with higher velocity, meaning like 97 and up, like Kerry Wood, high fastballs, and then supplement with breaking balls, curveballs, sliders, whatnot, and that is going to make things a lot easier for you. In general, that's the main tip I would have to give to you. There's not really much difficulties in not allowing runs, but strikeouts can be difficult at times. For the Granderson program, I do, of course, I'm going to plug a video that is talking about the dashboard, the meatball method, anything that would really help you out in moments, top right hand corner. But the dashboard method is really good for these multi-game moments. I've talked about it endlessly. You guys probably know what I'm talking about at this point. If not, it is in that video. But make sure to do that if you're having trouble on single at-bat home runs. Put your hitting on directional. All you have to do is point to the foul pole, the right field foul pole, and have good timing, power swing if you want to. You're going to hit a home run pretty quickly. If it's a fastball down the middle, he has great stats. It is going to be a home run. So very important right there. Evolution cards is another thing I want to mention pretty quickly. You guys probably know a bunch about evolution because you know, you get these cards so quickly and so easily, but a couple things I do want to mention is, of course, I think Eddie's the best one. You definitely should pick Eddie Matthews because he is so good. He has a great swing. I really do enjoy using him, but once again, for the player programs, it's going to work a lot similar to the Kerry Wood and the Curtis Granderson one. We're going to look at Eddie Matthews in particular. You have 2 stages. The first one consists of just moments. These are, once again, not that difficult. If you are having trouble with home runs, directional hitting, it might seem like how would that work? But if it's on a low difficulty and they throw fastballs often, you don't even have to worry about your PCI, and it's just easier. All you have to do is time it right, and you're probably going to hit a home run with somebody with the amount of power that Eddie Matthews has. Once you get onto the second stage, this goes for all of them. Play the 3 moments that they do have and then do the exchange. This is going to be pretty easy. I'll show you, for example, with Ivan Rodriguez. They're all going to consist of exchanging 30,000 player points from that position. Unfortunately, I can't show you right now. It's locked, of course, but what I'd recommend is exchanging is high bronze players, 73, 74 overalls, maybe low silvers, depending on what's cheaper, but usually those 2 are pretty effective. It'll cost you no more than 1,000 or 2,000 stubs, and that's what I would do. I do want to give you guys some advice as far as the Eddie or the Dennis Eckersley moments go, because I know this is really frustrating. I have not done them myself personally, but I played through all the moments extreme last year. I have pretty much done every moment ever since moments were introduced last year. The only moments I have not done are 2 creative players and the evolution cards that I don't have yet. So I do every moment that there is available. What I'd recommend most for these is generally throwing balls low in the strike zone does help a lot. So if you're a righty on righty with Dennis Eckersley, throw sinkers low and inside, jam them. The computer, oftentimes, if you just throw changeups or balls low in the strike zone, that is usually going to help you out a lot. Dennis Eckersley doesn't have blow you away power on that velocity with his four seam or his sinker rather, but use the sliders and use the changeups. You probably shouldn't have too much of an issue. It will take some time time. And for these, again, make sure and do the dashboard method. I believe there's only one multi-game here, but evolution cards, make sure and do them. They are great diamonds that you're going to get very, very early on, and if you mix in my XP tip with the Showdown, you're going to level up faster and you're going to get those cards pretty soon. I'm almost at my next one, which I'm going to be taking Dennis Eckersley. And then I also do want to mention stuff about the team affinities, because since I made my video talking about the team affinities, a couple things have changed a bit. Card prices in general are starting to go down to the point where I would kind of recommend that you start doing some collections. I have I think 17 of the team collections done at this point, got the whole AL East done. I don't recommend that you do like the Yankees or, you know, the ones that have high ranking diamonds in them, but teams like the Orioles, teams like that, gold cards are going heavily down in price. Even if you think about the Rangers, Gallo was 13K when I made the video, he is now about 5,000, so it's a lot cheaper. But also the exchanges have gotten a bit more expensive. I would say overall bronze cards kind of go for a good amount of stubs. What I do recommend is try Showdown, give it a shot. This is going to take you quite some time to do. I believe I mapped it out. If you were to just play innings offline, it's going to take you 7+ hours, assuming you had no progress done. If that's what you want to do, that's technically the easiest way, no stress from having to perform well, because you're just playing the game, and it's going to cost you nothing other than fielding or outfitting your team with that specific franchise's players, and then you just go into extended play versus computer, play against the rookie, score 1-2 runs, bunt the rest of the game. They take about 15 to 20 minutes per. It's 81 innings per game, as you have 9 players out there, your 8 position players, including your pitcher. It's going to take you 3 and change to do that. If you really want to, that's an option. I do want to offer more advice about Showdown though. As far as the draft goes, I've mentioned this a lot with Showdown, is the mini bosses and the final bosses only revolve around hitting, so there is really a high reason to pick a bunch of hitters. I would recommend that you have at least 9 very good offensive players by the time that you do, or by the time that you do your final Showdown. Your team should have pretty much the best hitters you can have, because once again, you don't have to field. You can have Matt Olson at catcher. It really does not matter. And also make sure you have somebody on your bench to replace your pitcher with. That's important too, because it's not innings, they never end, so that batter is always going to replace your pitcher. So technically you'll kind of have a designated hitter within there. Make sure don't pick too many pitchers. All you need is 1 starter and 1 reliever. Energy rules do not apply, and you're only actually going to use your top reliever and your top starting pitcher within any of these, so really recommend that you do that. And as far as once you get into these games, I've completed a couple Showdowns now at this point. What you want to do as far as these go is you're going to want to really focus. I know that's easier said than done, but when I say this, I 100% mean it. Don't swing the majority of pitches. Do not be afraid to take strikes. If it's on the corner and it's a clear strike, don't swing. Unless it's a fastball that you're comfortable hitting. Sometimes you want to put your PCI where you think it's going to go. If you wait out pitches, if you work walks, you're going to diminish the opposing pitcher's confidence and their stamina, and they're going to start throwing you meatballs and a lot more wild. So that's more walks and that's more home runs. Once you get on a roll, it gets pretty easy. They're not that high difficulties. I believe this is all-star. I'll just show you guys right here. Yeah, it is all-star difficulty. 15 run, or technically 16 runs in total, but I do recommend play up until at least the second mini boss. If you get everything, I believe you'll get 10 runs. You'll get 9 runs on this one in particular. But yeah, do a couple of those to make it easier. Don't go all 15 unless you're really about that life and want to grow more hair on your chest. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Let me know down below in the comment section which players of these that I did mention do you guys use in particular. Tons of diamonds that you can get for free this year. That's why I love Diamond Dynasty so much compared to the Ultimate Team games and my team. Pretty much the best cards aside from collections, which you can eventually get without spending money, but overall the best cards you can get without having to spend a dime on the game. But if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There goes some Saudi Yates.